currently driving the Tiguan Highline. Highline is the top of the range spec vehicle. From entry level, the Tiguans do come with a vast array of standard equipment, things like city emergency brake and front assist, so that's your autonomous braking systems. Rear camera is standard on all of our cars, as is alloy wheels. Front and rear sensors as well. Park assist, so the fancy park assist feature where the car will park itself if you do need it to. Does 3 types of parks, does your reverse parallel park as well as your normal shopping centre parks, either reversing in or nose in. It's a great little feature to have. Lane assist is also a great feature where once you're travelling over 65 kilometres an hour, if there's wide lines on the road, if you start wandering towards the side line or the centre line, you'll actually feel a bit of feedback in the steering wheel where the car will correct you and maintain you in the lane. It's a great feature to have. We've also got obviously a few different variants in the Tiguan range. So as I said, this particular car is your top of the range Highline. You've got your entry level Trendline, which is your 2-wheel drive 110 kilowatt engine car. Fantastic for the city, that little car. The Comfort line is your next model up. That one is available in both the 2-wheel drive 110 kilowatt engine as well as the 132 all-wheel drive. And then we've got the Highline, which is 162 kilowatts and all-wheel drive as well. And one of the things that you will find with the Tiguan is its road handling. It does have quite a wide footprint, which means that it's very stable on the road. Going around roundabouts like this one here, you'll find that there is almost zero body roll on the vehicle at all. You can take roundabouts at quite a decent speed and not feel that rocking of the car. This particular model does also come equipped with the driver's assistance package, which is optional on your Comfort Line model. The driver's assistance pack comprises of adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitors, so there's a little panel on the wing mirror there that'll flash if there's somebody sitting on the back guard there. Rear traffic alert as well, which is handy when you're pulling out of car parks. It will actually apply the brake if you've not seen that there is a car coming along, as well as proactive occupant protection there too. All of your Tiguans do come standard with the 5-star NCAP rating. We've got a fantastic 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. We also have assured price servicing with your servicing schedules every 12 months or 15,000 kilometres, whichever occurs first. In most cases, most of our customers find that you're getting your car serviced basically once a year. We do also offer care plans as well, which do help reduce the costs of your services and take away that extra stress of having to think about having money available for when your service is due, because as we all know, a yearly service generally comes around the same time as when your registration is due and insurances are due and all those sorts of things. So it's a nice convenience that Volkswagen has introduced. All of our Tiguans are turbocharged petrol engines. Fantastic get up and go, beautifully safe on the highway. Don't have to worry about any sort of hesitation at all on takeoff. As you saw there, very quick to get up to speed. We do have the DSG transmissions in all of our cars as well. Beautifully smooth gearbox. The way that that Volkswagen has perfected this gearbox is just absolutely amazing. Means that you're getting very smooth gear interchanges, which also means that there's no loss of power, giving you the confidence when you are on the highway overtaking cars that you've got the power there and ready to go. So here we go now. The lane assist is currently active. I can actually take my hands off the steering wheel here now if I needed to. Not that you really should, it's not recommended, but the car is guiding me around this bend here now. What I can actually show you is one of the safety systems that I can initiate by me not having any sort of, that's the first warning that it's giving me to let me know to pop my hands back on the steering wheel. This is what we call driver fatigue detection. So driver fatigue detection kicks in over 65 kilometers an hour. What the car's actually doing is it's monitoring the steering behavior and also your pedals. That's the second warning. The third warning is that pulse brake. which, as you can imagine, it's going to initiate another one here in a second, which will be 3 pulse brakes. But because I touched the steering wheel, it has recognised that I am still okay, and it hasn't had to employ the 4th safety warning, which is actually 3 pulse brakes of the car. Had I not responded to that 4th warning, it would actually apply the hazard lights on the car and pull it up to a stop. So the car's got your back. It's always thinking about what you're doing. It's got plenty of passive safety systems working in the background, all looking after the driver. As you can see, absolutely effortless takeoff. All of our cars do come standard with this glass-faced central touchscreen. It's where your reversing camera shows up and gives you a fantastic field of vision behind the car. It has a nice high-mounted camera too, so when we do pull up, I'll show you how that works. From your Comfortline spec upwards, you do have factory inbuilt sat-nav. However, you can also utilise Apple CarPlay or Android Auto through the App Connect function. So even from your entry-level Trendline, you can have sat-nav in your car. Bluetooth, of course, is also a standard feature for wireless connectivity. Air conditioning, auto lights and wipers, all standard equipment, even from the entry-level Trendline. It's quite a lot of features that the Tiguan actually has. So much stuff that I could bore you to tears with it. But if you do want some more information, obviously please feel free to get in touch with us. I'm more than happy to have a chat with you and work out which Tiguan would best suit your needs, because there is really a Tiguan for everybody and every budget. So Park Assist is a very simple system to use. Basically, hit the indicator to the side where you want the car to measure the gaps. What that's going to do is, once you've hit the Park Assist button down here, it's going to tell the car that you want it to measure this side where we want to park. So we're going to park between this little Yaris and Subaru. So you drive past the park that you'd like to park in. Once the car's measured the gap and it's determined that it's going to be able to fit in the park, we'll give you a reversing arrow instruction. Pop the car into reverse like so, take your hands off the steering wheel. I'm in control of the brake and the accelerator, so now I just tap on the accelerator to get it moving, hovering over the brake, and I'm being aware of what's happening around me. So that's not the car's responsibility, that's all me. It's just doing the steering. As you can see, very simple. Now we just straighten up in the park. Voila, that's Park Assist. Now, we'll also get you out of the park. So if you've come back and you realise that your car's boxed in, it's a little bit tricky for you to get out of the park on your own without having somebody spot you, you can actually get the car to do it for you again. So you hit the Park Assist button, actually instructs you on the screen to engage reverse gear and indicate, which is what we're going to do now. And back the car on up. We're not boxed in here, so it's not going to do too much of a manoeuvre to get us out. But it'll get the steering to such a point where you can now just hold this lock and drive on out. Again, that is a feature that is standard on all of our cars, even from your entry-level Trendline, which is amazing. Generally, that sort of thing is part of an extra package that you might need to option onto a car, not in the case of the Tiguan.
Thank you for joining me on our virtual test drive of the Volkswagen Tiguan. Please feel free to get in touch with either myself or anyone from the Friendly Volkswagen team if you have any questions at all.